Good evening, everyone.
Good evening, sir.
Yeah,
Good evening, sir.
yeah. I think someone from CoachX is there.
Yes, Anup, we are there.
Okay. Thank you, CoachX team. It's been a really wonderful session to start off with all these people out here. And let me just see the number of participants at the moment. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 6, 7. Okay, it's fine. So a few people from like 7 or 8 are there at the moment. And any more to join? Okay, that's fine with me. Yes. So what I can say, good evening, everyone. So even though we are starting a bit late, I know that most of you are completely professionals during the weekdays and dedicating your time in the weekends for learning this wonderful tool, which is used as a reporting and dashboarding. So let me just confirm: is it audible?
Yes.
Yeah. So
Yes,
it's
sir.
audible. Can all of you confirm at the moment? Okay, so that's nice to see everyone with a lot of enthusiasm at the moment, and that what makes this course quite interesting. So let me introduce myself. I'm Anu. I'm a postgraduate, and I've been working as an IT professionals and freelance trainer, and I'm a Power BI trainer from the past 5 years. I've been working with various organizations as a freelancer and a corporate trainer, and I've been dedicating myself to CoachX team throughout this sessions of Power BI, and I'll be wholeheartedly involved in training all of the professionals who are there at the moment. All right, so it was a small introduction about me. Let me just request each and every one of you to introduce yourself so that we can get to know each other quickly. Yeah, Swarup Kumar, can you just let
Yeah.
me know about?
Hi. Hi everyone. I'm Swarup. I'm from I'm basically from Odisha, but currently I'm staying in Bangalore. I have in total 5 years of experience. I'm into finance domain. Currently, I'm working as an investment banker. Yeah.
Okay, thank you, Swarup. Thank you. So your 5 years of experience will be a good thing to add on. Yes,
Yes.
Akash.
Hi, good evening, everyone. So my name is Akash Chavan. I am currently working as design engineer in the Talks Presso Technique. I have 2 years of experience in design engineer, sir. I currently stay in Pune.
Okay, Akash, that's good to hear from your side as well. And what about others? Sagar.
Hi, myself Sagar Hiraman Nikam. I completed my graduation in 2021 and currently working in here technology.
Can you be a bit louder, Sagar? I cannot hear you.
Okay.
I cannot hear you at the moment. Can you be a bit louder again?
Sure. Now,
Yeah.
hi there. Myself Sagar Hiraman Nikam. I completed my graduation in 2021 and now I'm currently working in here technologies.
Okay, that's good to hear. So what about next? Mohan was there.
Hi,
Mohan, are you there?
yeah, I'm there. Can you hear me?
Yeah, sure, sure. Go ahead.
Like I'm from Bangalore. Like I'm working in Amazon as a quality analyst. I'm 2018 passed
Okay,
out.
good. Okay, that's nice. So everyone's fresh graduates. So that's nice to hear from each and everyone. So anyone we have left out, they can just let me know. If you are left out, you can just voluntarily start
Hello.
yourself. Yeah, yeah, Prasanjit, right?
Yes, Prasenjit.
Yes,
So,
yes, go ahead.
yes. Is it audible?
Yeah. You're audible.
Okay. Okay. Basically, I am currently working in fintech company, which is Finvisa Technology.
I completed 2 years as a back office MS executive. I completed
Okay.
MBA from Pune University in 2020. That's more.
Hmm. Oh, that's nice. Okay.
Okay.
So yeah.
Oh, thank you.
Okay then. Okay, Prasanjit, I hope that this 20 to 25 hours of coaching what I'll be giving you with respect to Power BI will definitely add on value to
Yes, yes,
everyone who is there. And that's why we are here as a Power BI learner, because I myself focus on learning first, and then I just remove the L. All right. What happens? So if I remove the L, it becomes earning, right? So that's what we all are here for. And I got a very good introduction from you guys. That's a very positive sign to start with, because without starting to know each other, so it would be really not good to directly jump into the content or the coaching that's there at the moment. Now, let me just share my screen at the moment. Is it visible to everyone?
Yes.
Okay. So just a bit of checkup. Yeah. So most probably, this course is entirely a. I'm sorry. Yeah, this course is entirely a weekend course. All right. So this is a weekend course that we have. So that's focusing more on Saturday and Sunday exactly. So we got 2 hours. Let me just clear with all these things at the beginning itself, so that it would not be a problem later on. Now, after these 2 hours, so I certainly believe that you have a Sunday morning. We all know that Sunday morning is quite tough to handle. All right. So, what I want you to do is practice here itself as much as possible in the live sessions, and focus more on getting the learning outcomes. All right. So, we have some learning outcomes which I'll share with you. We can focus on that. So we have the learning outcomes at the moment. All right. So if my handwriting is not that good, I can just rewrite it again. So is it visible to all? Can I just confirm again?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Okay. So this is, I'm just clearing out what all the things at the moment right now. I think the same thing would have conveyed from the CoachX team as well. Let me reiterate and make things clear before we start this session. All right. So this would be an entirely 2 hour session that would be dedicated entirely for Power BI. All right. Power BI. And I have a dedicated content with me, and the content will be shared to you as well. I think it has already been shared as well. The content will be starting with only the Power BI itself. All right. So let me just uh, tell you again. So it is only with respect to Power BI, and we have a weekend classes that's dedicated for 2 hours. So coming to this Power BI session, each and every day's attendance. We know that it's not a college session, but I totally agree that your attendance will be monitored on a regular basis. All right. So attendance will be monitored on a regular basis. And second one, we have the content which is there, and each and every time when the content is shared to you, uh, you can just tick mark yourself, or I'll also do the same while tick marking and focusing on what needs to be done, right? So next we have after each and every content delivery after each week, so I'll be giving you files for practice, or maybe some small assignments on completion of each and every topic at the moment, small assignments. All right, so that would be there. And the next, what I can do here is, after every day session, that is 2 hours of session, I want you to let me know the feedback in the chat or by orally, so that everything is clear from the trainer perspective, and also as a student or as a learner, what I generally say. is clear from both the sides. All right. So this would be the general flow what we have got here. So is there any problem or anything that you have in your mind at the moment so that you can share it with me?
Yeah, I just want to know, like, when you say only Power BI, so when we perform Power BI, we do require some of the SQL knowledge as well, right?
Yeah.
Like to get the data from the database, and
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
so you are going to teach us those as well, or what? How it's going to be?
What I'll do here is I'll just show you how data can be fetched from a
Okay,
SQL server. I'll show
okay,
you like we have please mute. Okay. So we have data which is there from a SQL server. All right. So data is there in the SQL server. This is a Power BI environment that we have. So what I'll do here is I'll just show you how we can fetch the data from the SQL server. I'll show you how you can load a Excel file also to the SQL server. I'll show you that as well. And just before loading, I'll tell you how you can install the recent SQL Server Developer Edition that we have got, which is there launched recently from Microsoft itself. And I'll also show you how we can fetch the data from the SQL Server to the Power BI environment. All right. So
okay,
there we have SQL, like what I can say, SQL queries to be precise. All right. So SQL queries, and I'll show you how we can alter the SQL queries and fetch only the required data that is there. So I'll not go deep into that. Definitely, I'll not go deep into the SQL thing. So that's a different part there. But I'll show you how that loaded data, which is there as an Excel file, which was there
okay,
with me as a flat file, which is there in the
okay.
form of a tables in a SQL server.
Hmm.
I'll just help you out to get the sorry get the data which is there in the form of a SQL server. Is that fine with you all?
Yes. Okay, but when we'll go for the interview, will they ask about this SQL, or if they
Uh,
will, the interview
yeah,
will be basically on the Power BI only?
yeah. So that depends on the role that you are applying for. So if you are having a Power BI developer position, I think
Yes.
Power BI developer with a bit of SQL knowledge is fine at the moment. So that's how interviews work here. So I'll give
Okay.
you in-depth interview questions as well regarding Power BI. I'll
Okay.
share which is there at your Telegram channel. And
Okay.
coming to, yeah, thank you for mentioning that. So I'll also share you the required class notes. All right. So class
Yeah.
notes will be shared to you. Let me just erase everything. All right. So this is where I'll be sharing you the class notes. All right. And after the class notes, which is nothing but the PPT or the standard Excel files which we have at the moment, and also some assignments which I'll share it with you. It might be some open-ended or related to a project what I'll share with you. I think that would be enough from the training perspective. All right. So is that clear with everyone? Is it fine with everyone?
Hello. Hello. I have one query.
Yeah.
That function queries it is included in Power BI course.
I'll share you everything what is there. So is it
Okay. Okay.
not shared from the team?
I think no. I am.
No, I don't.
I
Okay,
haven't.
okay, no worry. Is the syllabus not shared from the team? I'll just help you out with the syllabus as well. This is how the syllabus is there at the moment. All right. So this is Power BI 1. What I'll share with you right now. What is it visible to everyone?
Actually, it is not visible. It is only blank.
Not visible.
Okay, 1 minute. Let me just share it again. Okay. So is it visible now?
Visible. It is
Yeah.
visible.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
So what I was mentioning is these are the contents that we have at the moment. All right, these are the contents that we have at the moment. Now you can see that we have a content. We divide it into a lot of sub contents at the moment, and we have all these options which are there, which I'll teach you in depth, and I'll focus more on uh, getting this data and everything. What is there? What you can just understand from that. And these are the basic DAX functions. What I think one of you mentioned it, right? So these are the things what I have, and not only I'll restrict it from only to basic DAX functions. I'll also extend it to the advanced DAX functions as well. These are the advanced DAX functions what I'll be sharing with you. Okay. And these are the Power BI service. Don't worry about it. So I'm just showing you the contents and the sub-contents, subtopics which are there at the moment. And I'll share all these things when I keep on talking with you, or keep on focusing on the learning perspective. Okay. And we also have the content wise, which is there, both included Power BI desktop and Power BI service ones, which are there at the moment. So which is divided into a module wise. So we have 7 modules, and next we have got the 8th module, which is completely related to the project. Okay, is that clear with everyone? Yeah. Can I get a confirmation from? So these are the contents what is planned, and we have also got the attendance and assignments and projects which I'll be evaluating at the moment, and I'll be sharing you what all the requirements that you need to improve on while we are talking on each and every week. That is end of the week. I'll just highlight all those. Is that clear to you, everyone? Is that clear?
Yes. Yes, it is clear.
And it's a sincere request from my side, because when we have got someone just opening up by unmuting themselves, so it's a virtual session, and I totally respect each and everyone's uh, privacy, and also at the same time try to maintain or try to focus on this perspective, saying that the background noises are avoided, right? I that includes me too as well. Okay, so sorry for the inconvenience at the back of my house. Okay, so overall, what is your expectations out of this training? So can we just let me know what is your expectations out of this training? So you are in different positions and verticals. Uh, I know that Power BI serves good in all those positions and verticals, whatever that you are in at the moment. Can you just let me know what is your what is your understanding, or what is what is it that you are aspiring to learn from this training?
Well, I'm planning to, switch my career from finance to analytics, or in analytics within finance, because this is my third company where I'm working right now, and all my three companies are into banks, investment banks. So, and because Power BI they use broadly in all the banks every place. So my main motive is to, switch towards analytics and to get to know in depth about the Power BI.
Yeah, that's good. The Swaroop, I think Swaroop, right? So is the one.
Yes, correct.
Okay, thank you, Swaroop. Thank you. That's a frank answer that I would appreciate. I think. What about others?
Hello.
Yeah, Mary. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, actually, I'm looking for a career switch to data science. So I'm having the certification in certified data scientist, but that they taught about the coding only. By using Python, we created models, but they didn't go in depth with Power BI. So I just want to upskill myself so that I can be placed in data science.
Okay, that's a good sign, Mary. What about others? So that your training, what I give you, so it should be relevant to any job perspective or any upskilling that's happening at the moment right now. Can anyone just let me know about it? Because we need to have an
Hello.
understanding.
Hello.
Yeah, Prasanjit, go ahead.
Okay, actually, currently I'm working in back office, and so currently I'm handling Data Studio, a dashboard. It is also from Microsoft. So main objective was to upskill and get means to be useful to my organization, and also secondly I want to switch and get better opportunity because I am currently working. It is a startup, so it is not getting scope as per my expectation.
Okay, so that's good. So you already have an understanding of one of the reporting tool at the moment.
Yes,
I
yes.
Yeah, so that's good. Yes. So what about others? I think that most of you are a bit like into career switching or maybe upskilling. That's what I believe in. So anything that's there at the moment that you want to share with me, you can just go and share it with me right now. Yes, anyone would like to share their views, what they are expecting out of this training?
Okay, hi there.
Yeah, Sagar.
Yeah, I just want to upgrade myself. That's the only motive for me.
Okay, okay. So that's nice from every perspective that you are thinking, and I welcome each and everyone's like options that they have got at themselves regarding upskilling or career switching or career change that's there. So you are at the right path. I totally believe that you have made a right suggestion or right selection, I can generally call them. And focusing more on such perspectives would definitely help your career to move to a greater heights. So why am I telling this? Because Microsoft has developed this product in the year 2015. So that's an improvement to the 2013 version of Excel, where pivot tables was a bit more dominant at the moment. And this Power BI will completely change the analytics field at the moment. All right. So let me just share you, or I mean, just give me a moment. Right. Okay. So this is what we have got, and my focus will be in today's session. That would be introduction to Power BI. Okay. So introduction to Power BI. That's one thing that we have at the moment. And next, I'll tell you to download the tool that we will be using in most of our data analysis, that is Power BI desktop. Now, how many of you have used MS Excel? Everyone?
Yes.
Everyone have used MS Excel? Is it
Yes.
yes? So, how many options that you are clear or you will get to know about MS Excel? How many things that you know about MS Excel? So, is it like, let me just say, are you a basic user?
Basic.
Are you an intermediate user? Or are you an advanced user? Which one of you? Yeah.
Basic user.
Intermediate, maybe.
Oh, very good. So we have
I mean, I
basic
don't
user.
know for all, but yeah, intermediate.
Yeah. So most of you know intermediate aspects as well. Okay, I think there's a problem with the whiteboard. Let me just switch over to this one, our whiteboard, which is there in Zoom. Is it visible right now, everyone? The new whiteboard? Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. So most of you have said me that you are an Excel user, and 50-50. I can take it as 50% of them know the basics. 50% of you know the advanced, or maybe I can call it as intermediate one. Okay, so intermediate one. So what I can generally say at the moment here is, if you are good in finding out the common basic things, too much, yeah. So this is where you have some basic knowledge of Excel. That would be a really plus point on learning Power BI. All right. So if you have a basic understanding of Excel, that's a very good sign. And if you are having an understanding that is intermediate level of Excel, that is really like a head start to others as well. So who are starting without any knowledge about Power BI. If you have a bit of understanding of the intermediate level one, that is one thing which I really appreciate. All right. So most of you know the formulas in Excel, I believe. Is that the way? I think formulae, I can just write it here. Formulae. Yes. Have you heard about the term formulas in MS Excel? Yes. And one more thing, what I expect here is an interactive session. All right. So guys, please stop texting in the chat box, and you can just unmute yourself and let me know what is a formula in Excel, or if you have an understanding of formulae or formula, a simple formula in Excel. Can you just help me out with that?
Basically, VLOOKUP and HLOOKUP.
Actually, there are many arithmetic operations
Yes.
like sum.
Yes, exactly. So we start with the basics here, which is equal to sum, right? So that's what we write, or equal to count. All right. Next, equal to max, isn't it? So these are the basic formulas that we have. And have you heard about the term operators? What are the simple operators that we have generally come across?
Plus, minus.
Yes. So it's a basic arithmetic operation. So I'll call it as a basic arithmetic operation, and we call it as plus, minus, into, or we have divided by, and we also have power of. Okay. So these are the common terms that we generally use as a operators. Now, along with the formulae and the operators, so we have an expression that is designed in an Excel, right? So one thing what we can generally call here is, we'll be having a syntax of that Excel formula that we are going to see. Now, why am I telling all these things? Because the heart of Power BI, that is DAX, which we generally call it under the umbrella of data modeling, we call it as DAX, which is nothing but, anyone who is having a understanding of what is DAX, or what is the full form of DAX, you can just let me know. Yeah, what is DAX? Anyone in the meeting? I think someone mentioned, are we teaching DAX here? Yeah, so the person who mentioned that, can let me know what is the full form of DAX? Yes, I'm going slow. Please let me know. Yes, anyone in the meeting? I'll give you 30 seconds of time. Just let me know. Yes,
Is
anyone?
it like any backend process where like we'll get the formulas and all?
Yeah, that's more or less correct. But looking at this one, which is nothing but an expression, what we generally call, let me just write it over here. So we call it as data analysis expressions, all right? Data analysis expressions that we have at the moment. Now, when I'm talking about this data analysis expressions here, we will be having the same Excel formulas which are there, but a slightly different one and a slightly improved version of the Excel formula. We call it as DAX. All right. Now, I totally believe that Power BI, because you have enrolled it for the first time, Power BI is a reporting and dashboarding tool. Reporting and dashboarding tool that we have here, which is developed from Microsoft from the year 2015. From the year 2015, it got the first release. What I can say, it was went live, go live, we generally call it in software terms. We have this 2015 version. Then what we see today, which is November 2022, where we are starting our session today, we have got very much improved features which we can talk at the moment. Improved features and improved like changes what we have, because it's a software, and right now from the past 1 year, so we have got updates on the software. All right, so either it might be related to any small feature that can be added. So Microsoft team is working over day and night to see that all these reporting and softwares, all these reporting softwares that are there, so these updates what we generally see at each and every month is update. So I'll teach you all those things, and you can also observe how these updates happen, because Microsoft generally gives this updates on the third week of every month. All right, so third week of every month we have got the update, and I'll show you how you can automatically install those updates, and you will get that updates within no time. All right, so this is what we have here in Power BI. And when I'm talking about this Power BI here, which is more or less like a superior one to MS Excel. So why Power BI was developed is our question. So we were happy with Excel, right? We were happy with MS Excel because it's a MS Office update. It's an MS Office update because everything comes here with MS Office. So we have got Word, we have got Excel, we have got PowerPoint, and we have got Access, MS Access at the moment, and we have also got other features which are there, which comes with an MS Office installer. All right. So these are the general things what we see, and most of the financial modeling, even though today, if I want to learn or if I want to see Excel as a ocean, because we have got all this virtual basic like application that are being developed, or visual basic, sorry, it's a visual basic application that is developed, or VBA language that is developed, so that completely relates it into MS Excel as well. All right, now any financial modeling what I mentioned, or any estimation that you want to carry out, or any small data set that can be developed, is it relevant to go for Excel? So that's what I'm asking. Any, you have a small data set, all right? You have a small data, right? So once you have the small data set, I certainly believe that you will be going for Excel. So may I know what is the reason that you go for Excel? Yeah, please be a bit more interactive, guys.
It's actually a traditional way of computing
Yes,
thing.
yes, exactly. I totally agree with that because we have a small data set. Okay, small data set. Say what I can generally share with you is some 700 rows of data, right? So we'll be going for MS Excel and all the charts and modeling that you developed with the help of some formulas. MS Excel is a quite a good tool to go with. Now imagine a large data set, with you, which is nothing but 700k rows. Okay, 700k rows. Is it relevant to go for MS Excel? Is it relevant to go for MS Excel? Now, if you say yes, why? And if you say no, I want the answer as why no. Why no? The small data set, this is a large data set that I have at the moment. Now, I just say I have a business, say, which is a financial business that I carry out. All right. So I have a financial business that I carry out. And at the start of the year, say I have developed it from the year 2013. So till 2014, I have my business and I already got a low sales here or a low financial aspects, which I want to discuss with my team. I will be focusing on MSX. Now, considering all those things, and I have started my business again in the year 2015, or say to 2018, and it goes on. Now, I have got a tremendous increase in the financial aspect, and I got 700k rows of data with me. Is it clear to you, everyone? Can it
Yes.
be a bit more interactive, guys, please? I don't
Yes.
want to be this. Yeah. Let me know why MS Excel. If you say yes, let me just go step by step. So, is your answer yes or no?
I mean, 700k, like Excel will crash immediately.
Yes, exactly. So we have this MS Excel. So generally, if you want to process large data, or we have increase in the number of rows that we can talk at the moment. So what we generally do here is we will be focusing on getting the data analysis done quickly. Getting the data analysis done quickly. All right. So that's what we focus more on, getting this data analysis or data which is there in the form of a quick manner. So one of you mentioned that I will be going for a faster approach. Okay. So I need a faster approach of data analysis being done. And second one, what is the other reason? That is correct. So when you're processing large data, so you need to see to it that you will be having a faster approach. What is the second thing that you will be seeing here?
Sorry, again, what will be the second?
Yeah. Second one, you let me know. One thing is faster one. A second one is which one?
Like why we shouldn't use Excel?
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
I
That's
just
what.
want to know the question again. Sorry.
Yeah, the same question. Now I got this large data set.
Yeah.
Someone told me that MS Excel is not a feature or not a software to go for. Why? Because it is not faster. I need a faster exploration or a EDA, which we call it as exploratory data analysis. We'll be going for it. And what is the second option that we have here?
It's like all the formula, I mean, all the execution cannot be, is not possible in Excel. There are
Yeah.
something that we
So
have
you
to do
have limited.
manually
Yeah.
as well.
So you
We
have
have the
this.
limitation.
Yes, exactly. So you have this limited set of formula what you can talk at the moment. So limited set of formula, right? And third one, I'll give you one more thing here. So these are three more predominant features that I'll be talking here, which is security. All right. So why we'll be focusing more on the security, because we see that when we mail a file and certainly you have some password protections being done, but if you want to see most securely shared dashboard or the report that you have developed, Power BI is the option that you will be going for. All right. So Power BI is one of the options that you will be going for, and it would be very much relevant to develop all these Power BI reports and dashboards that you will be developing within no time. All right. So within no time, you can just develop it, because it's a drag and drop feature that is there in Power BI, which makes the visualization quite easy to appear. Okay. So it's not like an MS Excel where you will be having all these data crashing or file crashing that's happening. So I know that if you have these large set of data, even Power BI crashes. I totally agree with that, because the RAM is one thing which is there on your machine, and you'll be having the processor which is there. Apart from that, I totally agree that Power BI is one of the go-to tool for any exploratory data analysis or any reporting and the dashboarding tool that you will be developing. All right. So that's one thing that you can focus more on, and getting more about the data. Now, let me just clear all my drawings here. And
Sorry, just one more question I have.
yeah,
They
yeah,
want
sure,
to
sure.
understand like how the Power BI is different than Tableau, and are the companies? I mean, I just want to know where the Power BI stands in front of Tableau, because Tableau is an old one, right? Whereas Power BI is the recent tool.
Yes, yes. So I'll share you one thing here. See, I'll share you here. So this is what we call it as Gartner's Magic Quadrant for BI and analytic platform. So this is where, on the whole,
We can see actually. It's
one minute,
whiteboard.
I'll share it. I'll share
Okay,
it.
you're
Don't worry.
sharing.
Don't
You're
worry.
not sharing. Okay.
We have this. Yeah, I just Googled it for you. So we have this analytics and business intelligence platform reviews. I totally agree that Tableau is developed from Salesforce, and this one, which is Microsoft Power BI. So we have this analytics and business intelligence platform, which is there. See, it depends on the company size, industry, region, which is there, and you can see based on the reviews. See, based on the reviews and number of ratings, we have Microsoft Power BI, which is there, which is at the moment the first position. So this is Tableau desktop, which we have, and we also have Tableau server. All right. So these are the competitors that are there, and it is reviewed in the last 12 months. If I just click on this review, which is there in the last 12 months. All right. So every year you have this reviews being carried out. This is the products which are there in analytics and business intelligence platform. Okay, got it. So this is where, this is a centralized one which we have it for the world, and Microsoft Power BI, which is completely into this reporting tool here, will be having more accurate data analysis and the output that are being carried out. All right. See here, if I compare the 5-star rating, so you have more 5-star ratings with respect to Microsoft Power BI when you compare with Tableau desktop.
Tableau.
Okay. And I'll show you one more thing, which is there from Google Trends. Okay, so Google Trends, let me just keep it to India itself, and let me just search here. All right, so this is where I'll be having Power BI. Okay, Microsoft Power BI. I'll just search it, and I want to compare it with Tableau. Tableau software. All right. See. Okay, so this is the past 12 months. If you want to see the past 90 days, see here.
Okay.
All right. So I'll just share you the link as well for this one. So which will make you feel better. It's in the
Yes.
chat box right now. All right. So this is the Google Trends that we have here.
Okay.
And if you see the one more thing, which is developed from Gartner itself, Gartner's Magic Quadrant, or yeah, this is the one. See here, I'll just go to the images and I'll show you. This is the Gartner Magic Quadrant for the year 2022. All right, so this is the 2022 that we have here, and it is a comparison that we have for 2021 and as well as 22. I think most of you will have uh, a query in your mind saying that why do we need to learn this Power BI tool, or why it is very much necessary to go for it, right? So in such cases, I always believe strongly that this is the Gartner's Magic Quadrant that we have, and Salesforce is quite away. That's the tableau of it, which is away from Power BI. Okay, so this is the one that we have. Is it visible to everyone?
Yes.
Yeah,
200.
is it visible to everyone? Yes, I need an answer.
Yes.
Yes, yes.
Okay, yeah. So we have got this Microsoft. All these things are there at the moment. See here. So these are the new players which are there, and these are the visionaries. All right. So we have got Microsoft at the top, that is leaders, and the others are nothing but the challengers here. All right. So it's a four quadrant approach that we have got here. And see this for the year 2021 and 22, you can see Microsoft at the top each and every time. So I'll share it with you all the relevant details that is there at the moment. I think I have answered your question.
Yes.
All right. Okay. So if you're having a good internet connectivity, guys, what I'll do right now is I'll just share the Power BI download. I'll just show you how you can download it as well. All right. So this is the download link for Power BI. This is the download link for Power BI. Click on that, which I've already shared with you. Click on that. All right. So you will be prompted to this page. You will be prompted. 1 minute. You will be prompted to this page. Are you seeing this page here along with me? Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. Is this page? Have you clicked on this page right now?
Well, actually, I don't have laptop with me right now. I will download it by tomorrow.
Okay, that's fine because I'll be sharing with you how you can download it. So
Sure.
this is where you have all the Power BI tools and applications where you can create interactive reports and interactive visualizations, and you can see that all your data that you're going to explore here, or how you can get to know more insights about the data with this Power BI tool. All right. Now I'll just come down here. So we have this Microsoft Power BI desktop. This is the first one which we have got here. I can share it with you. This is the first one that we have got here, which you are going to download. All right. So this is the first thing that we have at the moment. And next, if you want to access the Power BI mobile version of it, so you can access it from either the Microsoft Store, or if you're using an iPhone or an Apple Store, that you can use it, and you can also get it from the Windows Store as well. All right. These are the different versions of Power BI mobile that we have in all three different stores. The same thing, the application wise, you can see it in the mobile as well. Okay, you can just download it and keep it for further use. Now next, what we have got at the moment here is we have got two options of download. Now I'll tell you all about this one, which is nothing but on-premises data gateway and a report server and everything. And I'm more concerned about this one, which is Microsoft Power BI Desktop, which I have here as download. And you have got the second option, which is advanced download option. All right. So I click on this download here and a new window pops up. All right. So anyone who is using their laptop or like a desktop, they can just carry out the steps so that they can install Power BI easily. Now you can click on this downloads, which I'll show you again. This is the download option that we have got here. You can click on this download and a new option applies here where you can directly install it from the Microsoft Store. I believe that these days PCs, I'm using a Windows 10 Enterprise Edition, which I have here at the moment with me right now. And whatever the laptops that you take these days, you have Windows 10 plus that is running at the moment. So Windows 7 and 8 are completely outdated these days. And I'll be going for a Microsoft Store, which is already associated. And I can click on this Microsoft Store where I have already logged in with my personal ID profile, and I'll be directly able to see I've already installed this. All right. So if I click on this get data one, so I'm already downloading it. So I can just stop it at the moment, and I'll be having an option to download or install here. All right. So I've already installed this, and you will get time here to install, and depending on the speed of your internet, you can just download it and keep it. All right. So you will see the reviews here, descriptions, and also the other applications which are there at the moment, and some screenshots where you can develop and see it by yourself. So these are the certain features where you can access the data quite clearly. So this is the release date. So that is the improved release date that we have got here. And I'll show you once we have released in the year 2015, there were a few updates that were happening. And the final release date was there in the year 2017. And the file size is seen here. All right. So just to keep you acquainted with all this different information which is there, and also the system requirements. Go to the system requirements here. You will be able to use this on a Windows 10 version. That is one thing. And you can see all those processors and everything which is there. So this is the minimum requirement that we have got. And it's recommended to use the Windows 10 version, which you can use it and install it, right? So I have used a 64-bit machine here, and relevant memory, it is 2 GB and above. I suggest you start from a 4 GB machine or a 8 GB machine or a 16 GB that you have got here. And you can use a processor which is 2.4 gigahertz or faster than that. And you can go for higher graphics, which is there. All right. So it's all left to the individual, but I recommend you to use this for a better performance. All right. Is that clear to you with the system requirements and everything? So this is more or less like a Play Store or a Microsoft Store that you will be seeing here, and you can directly install the Power BI desktop and launch it at the moment. All right. So as I told you that you will be able to use analytics, business analytics or data analytics at your fingertips with all these different visuals and reports that you are building here. All right. Now, next, what I can talk about the tool here is the second option, which is advanced download option. I click on this advanced download option here, and I'll be focusing more on this advanced download option, and you can use it to all the details, all the system requirements, and all the installation instructions which are there at the moment. All right. So I'll be using a 64-bit platform, which is a laptop version, and a 32-bit platform, which is used for this one, that is a PC or a system that you will be using here. Now, as I can see here, you will be able to see the latest release. See, it is month, date, and year, which is the US format that we have. So it is having a recent update, which is on 3rd of November. Okay, so you will be having, this is the latest version that we have of Power BI. And you can just click on the download options here, and you will be going for the file name which is there here, and you will be having a 64-bit, and also you will be having a desktop version of it, and you can use it here. All right. Now what you can do at the moment is you can just install whatever the file that you want to install, and you can go for next, and it will be downloaded. All right. So these are the two different options of downloading Power BI desktop. Is that clear to you? Any doubts here? Anyone? Any doubts? Anyone? Please be a bit more interactive, everyone.
No, sir.
Okay. Now I'll tell you why we generally go for this installation, which is there in the Microsoft Store. So this is the Microsoft Store that is there at the moment. Why we generally go for this in like using Power BI or installing Power BI in Microsoft Store? Why we generally go for it? Now the whole idea here, when we are talking about this Microsoft Store here, it is relevant to any new updates that happen. You can just restart your system. You can just restart your system, and you can have the updates what happens directly being seen in your software. Okay, directly being seen in your software. You can just go for this update here, and you can see this update directly happening in the software itself. Okay. Now you might wonder that why we generally go for this one. Okay, why we generally go for this one. So this is where a manual download is initiated. Manual download, and when I say manual download, it means that once you install it, any new updates will not come here directly. Okay, any new updates will not come here directly, and this is where you will be having all these relevant downloads that happen on a particular release of a product. Okay, now if I have released the product on November, I'll be only having the updates till November. It will not be automatically updated in December or January in the next year, like that. Okay, now you will be able to see this new updates, whatever that's there, and you will be able to download it and keep it direct. Okay, is that clear to you, everyone? All right. I suggest you to download it from the Microsoft Store. I think that any one of you would have done it. Can you just let me know? Have you installed it? I'll share you the link as well. I'll share you the link how to install and keep it. I'll do that. If any one of you have done it or downloaded it already, I think that would be better. Any one of you have already done it?
I have installed the desktop version already.
You've already installed it?
Yes.
Okay, that's good. So Mohan has also done it. So any problems did you face while installing? Any doubts here?
Now no doubts.
Okay, then that's good to hear. All right. So this is how we can download the recent version of the desktop Power BI desktop that we have, which is a product of Power BI. Okay. Now what I'll do right now here is I'll just go for a simple one. What is Power BI? Okay, BI, which generally means business intelligence. So it is a self-service tool that is there, which helps you to understand the data which is there relevantly. Now you have got this data which is there at the moment, and you need to visualize it and tell to the top level management that so this is the area that you need to improve on, or this is the area that you need to focus more on, right? So these are the data experiences that you can get it, and you will be able to see it with easily. Okay, with easily you can just explore some of the AI features which are there, and you can get the answers to all your experiences to it. Now you can get data from most of the data repositories which are there, and you can make decisions with ease and confidence. All right. So once you have this all different connectors which are there, and you will be able to see this different areas which are there at the moment. So this is Power BI for you, and I'll share the link as well, because every time when I share it, it would be better that you can go through those links and understand it better. All right. So why generally we get the first place for Power BI? So you can just click on this one, which will prompt you to the same link what is there in 2022 Gartner's Magic Quadrant, which is a leader in analytics and business intelligence. Once I have this Microsoft here, which is a leading one. So why it generally has taken a larger part of the business intelligence tool is that, so you have many customers giving a positive feedback. Now, if you can go to the pricing here, which I'll show you at the moment, you will be having a price which is comparatively less than a Tableau version of it. All right. So when you compare it with the Tableau version, so for the same features of a product, you will be getting a lower version of it. All right. So that's why we'll be having all these different versions which are there at the moment. Okay. Now, choosing Power BI for self-service and enterprise business intelligence, you'll be having begin creating, share and collaborate and work on the go. All these things are there here. Now you can start directly using this Power BI and install it, and you can see what are the different options that are there, which I'll definitely share with you as I go. All right. So that is where you can collaborate and use it, or you will be having all these different 500 plus free connectors which are there, which will help you in making the data driven decisions at the moment. And these are the Power BI data sources what I'm talking about. All right. So you can have all these 500 plus data sources, and you can get the data connections being done easily with all these different data sources. All right. So I'll share you the data set as well, which is a simple data set what I've got here. And we can make use of this simple Excel file for all our analysis, because creating an Azure account will require a lot of like understanding of Azure cloud environment. And we will be restricting ourselves to only Excel file sources. And also, if I want to get the data from the SQL server, I'll be getting it from the SQL server and using it. Okay. Is that clear to you, everyone? Fine. Okay. All right. Now, as I move ahead, I want to talk about this product. Why Power BI? Okay. Why Power BI? Now, most of the aspects, this is a simple worldwide different companies that are there at the moment. So we have this largest and the fast growing business intelligence where everyone is moving towards the cloud, right? So we want all our data to be handled in an efficient and a security oriented manner. We'll be going for the clouds to meet all our data repositories and all our data which is there at the moment. Now, always we want to build our business on elevate our business so that we'll be having a bit more understanding of what is required to the future, right? So everything depends on the data here. So we generally call data as a new oil, right? So once we start focusing on more and more on using a business intelligence tool, we want to have all these new features which are quite easy to use, right? So once when I have this new version of Power BI that's there at the moment right now, so we have the first one which will be used for local reports development, that is Power BI desktop. Okay, so this is the Power BI desktop that we have here, which is free to use. So this is a free version of Power BI that we have got at the moment, that is Power BI desktop. Now, next one, we have Power BI Pro and Power BI premium version, which is there in the pricing one, which is there here as Power BI Pro and Power BI Premium, right? So this is one thing which is there at the pricing point of view. I'll just share it with you right now. Okay, so this is the Power BI Premium version and Power BI Pro version. All right. Now you can just use the Power BI Pro and the Power BI Premium version of it, and you will be able to see per user month, which is nearly $10, and per capacity, that is for an organization that I'm talking here, per capacity per month, that is there, which is enable you to auto scale depending on the company size. Okay, so you have to see that each and every month you have a change here, but from the past previous months, we don't have any change in the like economics perspective of this Power BI tool. So that is Power BI Pro and Power BI Premium here. So we have got this price, which is there at $10 and $20, and also the $5,000 at the moment, right? All right. So this is where you can buy it and you can keep it, and you can just have the download of the normal Power BI file, and you can have these Power BI plans here. This is Power BI Pro and Power BI Premium. So in order to develop a dashboard, you will be going for Power BI Pro account. Please mute anyone who's there at the back end. All right, so please mute yourself. All right, now when I'm talking about this data preparation and modeling here, so we have this model size and a refresh rate. So refresh is the normal refresh that we are talking here. It is 8 refreshes per day that we have here. And when we are talking about this model size limit, it is 1 GB of model size that we have here. And we can connect it to all like 100 plus data sources advanced. You can just go through this different options that are there at the moment. So once I have this per user, which is 10 GB per user, which is that. And next we have this 100 TB of data that is there at the moment for Power BI premium version. All right. Next, we have got this different versions of it, which is there here, resources and everything. So you'll be having licensing documentation and the Power BI version of it. So you can go for it and you can use it quite clearly. Okay, got it. So this is where you'll be having this different versions of Power BI that is used. So you need to have a Power BI desktop, and you need to have an email account, which I'll tell you how you can use it, or how you can simply come across an email ID and you can use it for 60 days, which is exploring all the features without paying this $10 of amount per user. You can just use it and you will be able to uh, approach to all the different features that are there in Power BI Pro. Okay. Any doubts here up to this point? Because these are the different things that you need to keep in mind. All right. Any doubts, anyone? Any doubts here?
No.
Okay. So let me just switch over to the Power BI desktop here. All right. So I've already got this. So I got this Power BI desktop here at the moment. So I'm launching here. And if you have already installed the Power BI desktop, you can just go here and you can click on launch as well here. All right. So this would prompt you to the same environment of Power BI desktop, which is there at the moment. And you can see that there are a pop-up. I mean, there's a pop-up here which comes here, and you will be able to see it with all these different options that are there at the moment. All right. So what's new? What is the Power BI blog, forums, and tutorials that are there at the moment? Now, as you see here, this is the playground. What I generally mentioned here, this is the playground, or this is the area where we all work here once we are a Power BI developer or a data analyst or a BI developer. Now, this is more or less like a untitled file. So this is a Power BI file that we have here. It's a simple MS Office UI that we have here, and you can just go for file as an option, and you can see all these different options which are there in your Excel or PPT or any MS Office tool that you have installed. Now, I don't have any reports at the moment with me right now, but you can keep on developing the reports and you can keep on saving it and use it for your understanding. Now, what I'll do here, I'll just save it, and I'll be going for saving of this in one of the desktop here, and I'll be having this file, which I can just name it as new Power BI file. Okay, new Power BI file. So this is the Power BI file that we have at the moment. So which is in the PBIX file. So that is the extension that we have got for a Power BI file, that is .pbix. So this is the Power BI file name that we have got, which I'll save it at the moment, right? So this is the file name, what I've saved it at the moment, and I can click on save or save as if I want to change the file. All right. Now this is a simple UI that we have got for a Power BI desktop, and we have got this view here, which is report view. This is a data view, and this is a model view that we have here at the moment. As I keep on loading the data, I'll show you how you can generally use that as. Now, if I expand the fields view here, this is the fields pane that we have got here, where you can get the data. And we have also got these filters and the visualization pane. So this plays a major role here, and along with the data modeling, and I'll tell you the Power Query editor, which comes later on. I have this different visualizations which are there at the moment, and I can drag and drop it, and I can get the visualization easy. Okay, now I'll be having these fields, filters, and all. These are the panes that we have got here, and this is the major one, which is getting the data. All right, so this is the get data option that we have got here, and I'll be having all this different data connectors. Like I mentioned, right? We have how many connectors here? I mentioned it in one of my lecture right now. How many connectors are we having? Data connectors. Yes, anyone?
SQL and Excel.
That's there, but in general, how many data connectors are we having? 500 plus data connectors, right? So 500, see the data connectors. So all these are nothing but the data connectors. Okay, so we have connectors, the number of connectors. We generally use 100 connectors when we are seeing here, but overall, if I want to see what is the number of data connectors at the moment, so I'll be going for 500 plus data connectors which are there at the moment. Okay, all right, so just remember, I have shared you the link as well. So we have 500 plus data connectors at the moment for Power BI. Got it? So generally, when we are talking about all these different data connectors, so we have different data connectors at the moment right now, and you will be able to see that all these different data connectors are there where the data is already stored. Right now, if I'm talking about the data connectors here, see, this is the data connectors, what we have mentioned here. See, all this overview of products here. So you will be able to get this one as well. So what is Power BI? If I just go here, so any decision making skills that you want to develop, so you'll be going for different versions of data connectors. You can just see it, and you can have all these different platforms which are there here, right? So we have nearly up to 500 plus data connectors at the moment right now, and all these data connectors you can just integrate it, or you can just use it with the cloud, and you can get it right away with the data as well. All right, so these are the different companies that we have here. So all these changes in the companies will happen, or any data driven decisions that we are talking here will rise to all these different versions of it. Okay, is that clear to you, everyone? Any doubts here up to this point? Anyone? Any doubts? Anyone? So how to install, or how to use the installation instructions and everything. If you have any doubts, you can just stop me at any point of time in this session. All right. Okay. So if you don't have any doubts, I'll proceed ahead further.
Actually, the data connectors are databases.
Data connectors, see, database is a different thing. So yeah, I'll show you what I can do here. See, data, the term data, which will be nothing but say it is stored in some repositories. Okay, repository. What do you understand by the term repositories?
A storage place.
Yes, so it's a storage place. What is a simple data repository that you have in your mind right now? What we generally use it for? I mean, generally we have some data repository where we have started our simple data analysis from.
We use SQL for storage. Excel also.
We
I
directly
think.
don't go for SQL. So any
Okay.
small data, we just use Excel,
Yes.
right? So is it
Yeah.
in the form of rows and
Column.
say columns and rows? Sorry,
Yes.
columns and rows, right?
Yes.
Second, we have the SQL server in case if say you have a SQL server here in the system and you will be having many systems that are connected here, and you have system 1, system 2, system 3, system 4 like that, and you have a central SQL system which is there as SQL admin, and you can get the data directly from these SQL servers which are there at the moment. Got it? Now,
Yeah.
yeah. So in case of any secured server, which was there just before the development of cloud, so we were storing the data in the form of tables, in the form of tables where you will be able to see the data stored in the database. So once we have this database here, so it is directly relating it or calling it as a table here. All right. So we have a database such as HR database or financial database, or either it might be related to a quality database, either it might be related to say engineering database. So everything is stored in the form of a SQL tables. All right, so we generally call it as tables in a SQL server. That's the reason why I'm referring it to as a SQL server database. All right, so apart from the SQL server database, we have got another database which is SAP database, or either it is relevant to any say what is developed these days is we have the Azure Cloud database or Azure SQL database, which is completely integrated database with the cloud. So these are the different databases that we have here. Okay. So what is a repository where I can generalize it as a term which is storing the data? Simple one, which is storing a data. It's quite simple as that. And next one, when I'm talking about a database here, so it is arranged or it is representing in the form of a tables here. So that's the reason why we got it as a table database in a SQL server here, in a SQL server. Is that clear to you?
Okay.
Anyone who is having a bit of doubt here with SQL server or repositories, I'll just clear it out for you. Okay, now if you go to an option here of get data, see if you just hover your mouse down, if you have installed a Power BI, if you just hover down each and every option under the home tab, you have got get data, where it says you to connect to data from multiple sources, and you will be having more which is there here. All right, so I have more data sources which is there at the moment, and I can see this more data sources once you have this more data sources. All right, it takes a bit of time because I'm sharing my screen and I'm doing it. So yeah, it comes down to here. See, this is a database what I'm talking here. So I have all these different database, SAP HANA database, Amazon Athena, okay, and we have got MariaDB database, everything, MySQL database, SQL Server database. All right, so it is stored in the form of a table, and you need certain what I can call it as say login credentials or credentials of a database to access a particular table. Okay, just when I click on the SQL Server database here, so I'll be able to specify the server name. I can just type it as localhost just to keep you know that. So I'll tell you about this data connectivity mode as well. So I'll be having the local host, which is a server name. Okay. So there will be many databases. I just have to use my credentials or any database with the username and the password or Microsoft account. If I have logged in, I can just use it, or any alternative credentials which is there. I can just specify them with the database and I can connect it directly here with the SQL database. Okay. So this is what I can generally use here while I'm talking about any databases. Okay, is that clear to you with the databases? Any doubt?
Yeah, database I'm clear. So data connectors means to connect with the database.
Connectors. See, when I'm talking about connectors here, I'll just show you one more time. Okay, let me just stop sharing. I'll open my whiteboard. Give me a moment. Yes. So is the whiteboard visible to you all?
Yes.
See, data is here, database, and I'm talking about data connectors. This is what your doubt is all about, right?
Yes. Yes.
Yes. So what do you generally mean by data which has some relevant information? All right, relevant
Yes.
information, which might be clean data or unclean data or formatted data or structured data or unformatted or unstructured data. So we generally have this data term here. See, this is the data which is available to me. This is where I can call it as unstructured, unformatted or uncleansed manner of data which is present here. Now, when I'm talking about this database here, we'll be having a table structured database where it will be arranged with the header, okay, and along with the rows and columns. All right, along with the rows and columns which we have here at the moment, right? So this is the database that we have got here, where it is stored in the SQL Server or HANA database, which we call it as SAP HANA database. And we also have the IBM database. This is there here, DB2 that we have got here, IBM database 2, and different Oracle database that we have got here, right? So what we need here in terms of the databases here, it is relevant to the credentials. Credentials. So what do you mean by credentials? We generally call credentials as a username and a password, and along with the like what we can say here, the server name that we can get here, and we can directly fetch it from the data source. Now, a simple example where I can relate it here is you can use your debit card, right? Everyone has a debit card, right? Now, when I'm talking about this debit card, I just made a sale of 1,000 rupees in one of the mall, right? I just got a shirt which is of 1,000 rupees, and I just mention it with my, I just take it with my debit card here and swipe it, and it will ask me for my ATM pin, right? This is what you use there, right? Okay, so you mentioned the ATM pin and you will be having some 1,000 rupees of data, which I mean 1,000 rupees of amount that gets deducted from your ATM pin, right? So without the ATM pin, will you be able to just swipe your debit card and get it, or get away with the 1,000 rupees of data? I mean, sorry, I keep on saying that the 1,000 rupees of money that comes here.
No.
No, right? So you
No.
need an ATM pin, right? So you need an ATM pin. For example, if you have your account in SBI, so there are many accounts of a similar name, isn't it? So just checking it with the name, and you have many names which are popping up here, and you need to have a secured one, which is your ATM pin, right? So just like 2396 or something like that. So that points out to your account name or the account holder name and all those different things that we have, and 1,000 rupees get deducted from your account, right? So it's more or less like a database that we have here of the account holder at a particular bank. All right, so it's in the form of rows and columns, and also you have a column header and it is stored in the form of a tables. So that is where you can highlight it, or you can represent a database. Is that clear to you?
Yes.
Is that clear to you? Now, you're talking about the data connectors here, right? So you're talking about the data connectors. 1 minute. You're talking about the data connectors here. Now, when I'm talking about this data connectors, do you feel that Excel, Microsoft SQL Server, and are there only two connectors where you can perform data analysis from? Are these the two sources or the two data connectors that will be performing the visualization or reporting from?
We can connect to various other sources also.
Yes. So yes, that's what. So not only Excel, not only SQL Server, we can get directly from the web as well. We can directly get it from a text or a CSV file, and we can also get it from any HANA database, or we can also get it from any PDF files. All right. So we have many such data which is accumulated over different connectors. So these are nothing but the data connectors here. All right. So these are nothing but the data connectors. So we have all these data connectors. What I'm talking here, see, when we are talking here, so these are the data connectors. Now let me just give me a moment. So these are the data connectors. See, if I click on get data, see, these are the different data connectors. If I go for more data connectors here, so these are the different data connectors which I can get it, and I can perform the data analysis from. Okay, clear with it? Any doubt? You
Yeah,
can just
clear. Thank you.
Yeah, see, you have Azure services, see, you have SharePoint, and you have all these different CRMs and ERP softwares that are there, and you can get it from Azure services. See, this is the cloud-based data services. See, if I click on the data bricks here, see, if I just click on connect, so you need to have a credentials and the host name and everything. All right. So all these things are done with the server host name and the HTTP path. You can specify it and you can connect the data. So that's one more data connectors that we have. Okay. So database is different. Data connectors are different. So connectors can be from a web, can be from a text or a CSV format, and can be from any Azure online services or any other services where the data is accumulated. All right. See, you can click on other. So you can see all these different data sources, which is also a third party data source. Okay. Got it? Any doubts here? Anyone? Any doubts? Okay. So now what I'll do right now here is I'll just have a simple one where you can have entering the data. See, this is a SQL Server and Excel workbook where you can see it. But the best practice, the first best practice while you are getting the data into Power BI, so you need to have it stored in the form of a table. Okay, you need to store it in the form of a table. So that is the first requirement or first concept that we have got here. You need to store it in the form of a table. All right. Next, you can just click on this try sample data set. I'll show you right now. So where I can load the sample data set at the moment. Okay. See, you have got two things here. So this is the navigator that is popped up, and you have got two options here, which is financial samples, and this is the financials, and this is the sheet one. Now, according to you, which is the best one to which is the best one to use it in most of our data analysis?
Sheet 1.
Which one?
Sheet 1.
Sheet 1. I just told you one of the best practices right now. Data should be there in the form of a table.
Table.
Yeah. Which one?
Financials.
Yes, exactly.
Financials.
Why financials?
Data is there. No?
Maybe yeah, data will be there in the financial table.
Yes. That's one thing that you can show it, and that's the correct answer, which is financials. Now let me just open my Excel file here. I'll generate a simple data right now from a blank workbook. Okay. It's fine. Okay, so this is a simple Excel file that I have got at the moment right now, which I've already logged in from my personal account, and where I'll be having, say, product name.
I don't know about other, but I can see only your home page. That's all.
Okay, I think I have shared an application. So let me share my screen right now. Now is it visible, I guess?
Yes.
Okay. So product name is there. So I'll just open my Excel file and I'm just creating a data right now. This is a product name and this is the sales, what has happened. All right, this is the sales, what has happened. Now I just have product A, product B. Okay, so I have this product A, product B, and I just copy and paste for few rows. All right, so I have this data with me right now, which is of, say, see, these are the product A, B. Now this is the sales. Now a quick tip what I want to give here to you all, I don't want to type the data. So for that, what I'll do here is I'll just have to generate random numbers between. Okay, so this is the formula that I have got, which is random between. So bottom I can just keep it as 50 and the top one which is there as 100. So I'll just drag and drop it here and these are automatically generated. Is it visible to you all? I just zoomed in right now. You want me to explain it again? Guys, be a bit more interactive.
Yes, yes.
please.
Explain it again, sir.
See,
Yes, sir.
okay, so have you got to know that this is the product name and the sales that I will be demonstrating to you right now. And I have got sales, which is there here, which is nothing but the price. Okay, I'm referring to a price here. Now, what I'll do here is I'm just quite lazy right now because I don't want to type the data like manually. So what I'll do here is I'll recall a formula, Excel formula. What should I start an Excel formula with? Can I just type the Excel formula like this, or what is the prerequisite?
Equal to.
Equal to.
Equal to, correct. So equal to, and I want to see the random numbers being displayed. So what I'll do right now here is RAN. So which will give me a list of formulas here, but I want to see a random numbers between 0 to 1. I can just go for this random number which is equal to 0 or less than 1, that is distributed evenly, but I want to go beyond 1. Okay, beyond 1 I'll go for random between. What is the syntax that is showing to you right now? What are the syntax of random between?
Bottom and
Bottom and top.
Bottom and top. All right, so I just have the bottom value, which is nothing but, say, I can just give it as 50, and the top value, which is the highest value where I want to see the numbers. Okay, so I can just type it as, say, some value here. Okay, I can just close the bracket. So I'll be having all the numbers which is there between 50 and 86. I can just drag and drop it here. Okay, so these are the values that we have got here for a particular product which is there. Okay, so what I'll do right now here is I'll just have all these different options with the formulas, I'll turn it into values. So what I'll do right now here is I'll just click on Control C, and I have selected a copy of it, and I'll be pressing Alt E, which is there, yes, which is there, so which is a paste special values. All right, so I'll just click on paste special, and I want to keep the values only. All right, so I'll be going for these values. Okay, got it? Any doubts here up to this point? Anyone? Any doubts?
No.
Okay.
No.
So this is a simple data what I have generated right now, and I want to see it. See, I want to see it in the form of a table. So how do I convert this into a table is my question. Now I select the data here, and I just click on Control T as an option. Okay, I want to see this as a data. I'll be having Control T as an option, where the data range is selected from A1 to B10, and my table has headers, and I click on OK. Right, so I can click on OK, and this is the table name that I have got here. I don't have to give space. Okay, I don't have to give space. What I do here is I'll be having the table name, which will give me as products. Okay, products, I can just type it as sales products. Okay, sales products, and I can click on enter. Okay, now I can just change the table styles as well, and I can have header, rows, first column, everything. I can just click it or unclick it, and if I can remove the duplicates, I can do it, or convert to range, I can do that as well. Now what I'll do right now here is I'll just go on and click on save, and I'll just browse it, and I'll have the desktop here, where I'll be having the products. I'll just name it as the products here. Okay, now I'll just close this Excel file, and to import, this is the first step. I'm just telling you right now today itself. So I can click on this Excel workbook, and you can just click on all files here. You will get all files, or you'll just go for an Excel file, and you can click on products, and you have to open here. So this is the get data part that I'm saying. Now let me know which is the data, to be imported.
Sale products.
Why? Why?
Huh?
Why only sales product? Why not sheet one?
So the data is there in sale. Na?
That's what I agree with you. But why we go for sales product? See, I'll show you sheet one as well. See, this is also there. And come to the sales product. So we have the same data. Why you said me that? Why to go for sales products? And why not sheet one? Anyone? Anyone in the meeting?
But in sales product, we have created as per table, right?
Yes,
With the table
exactly.
format.
So the best progress that we have in the options that we have got here. See, let me just tell you again. It is always important to go for sales products, which is there, or the table name that is named as sales product. I'll just go and see the data here, which is there in the form of a table. Okay, which is there in the form of a table. I'll just load that, and instead of loading, I'll go for transform data. Why to go for transform of data? Anyone? This opens up a new window, which is Power Query Editor. If you have got any idea, you can share with me. We have got this transform data, which is nothing but the Power Query editor, or we call it as transform editor. All right, so we call it as transform editor, where we will be having few transformations that you can work on it. Now, what I do here is I just want to see some row and column level transformations. I can do that as well. For any transformations, if you want to perform, you can click on transformations and you can click on close and apply, and you can have all these options that you can perform. See, I have loaded the data right now. I loaded the data. See, this is the product name that I've got here, and this is the sales. I can just drag and drop it and I'll get a visualization directly. Okay, see, this is the what it has done here is it has taken the cumulative of it. All right, so it has taken the cumulative of it and it is showing to you right now. See, you can have all this product name, which is there as product A and B, and it is taking the cumulative sales, which is there here as 411. Now it is not giving me as product ABC 10 rows and 10 10 rows and 2 columns like that. So it is giving me the aggregate value, which is there here, which is present. Okay, got it? So this is a simple visual that I have shown you right now with Power BI. Okay, is that clear to you, everyone? Clear? Any doubts here?
Clear.
Okay. Now, what I want you to do is, I want every one of you to install Power BI. Okay, install Power BI and be prepared in tomorrow's session. So I'll show you the last step that is there for the class today. It is nothing the process, or we call it as Power BI connections, or what I can call it as the end-to-end pipeline that is there here. Okay, now let me just stop sharing and share the whiteboard. Okay, so is your concept clear about data connectors and database? Is it clear to everyone? Is it clear to everyone, those who are there in the meeting right now?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so I'm talking about end-to-end flow in Power BI. End-to-end flow in Power BI. Now, the first option is bringing data into Power BI desktop. Bring data into Power BI desktop. So we generally don't call it as Power BI. So I'll call it as Power BI desktop. Okay. Now you feel that all the data which is available to you, all the data which is available to you, or you have got the data. So you feel that it is clean. It is a clean data. Or is it a structured data? Or is it formatted data totally? Do you feel that all these three things are done to you and data is given?
No.
No, right? So I just add not a clean data, not a structured data, not at all a formatted data, which is there to me. Now I always believe that it is these three things which matter the quality of data. Okay, quality of data. Now, in turn, the quality of data is directly going for the quality of reports, right? Quality of reports that you develop. And after the report, we have got dashboard, which I'll tell you. Now, this is the first step where you are bringing the data into Power BI desktop, and you have all these clean and the unclean and the unstructured and the unformatted data, which is available to you. Now, after this, you will be going for the next option that is there as cleaning the data. Clean and transform the data, right? So this is where we have got clean and transform the data in Power Query Editor. In Power Query Editor. All right. So clean and transform the data in Power Query Editor, right? So this is where you will be cleaning the data and transforming the data depending on your requirements. And the next option is where you are going to create a relationship where we call it as data modeling and writing a suitable DAX expressions for it. Writing a suitable DAX expressions for it. Writing a suitable DAX expression for it. And the next option is where we are going to get the reports developed with visualization. Reports developed with visualization. And the next one is to publish the report in Power BI service. Publish the report in Power BI service. All right. So these are the few options that I have got here while I'm talking about any end-to-end flow in Power BI desktop or Power BI in general. All right. So this is the last one, which is Power BI service, which we have. Is that clear to you? Clear to everyone? Can you let me know? Is the process end-to-end flow of Power BI clear to everyone?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
So feel free to stop me at any point of time because you are learning it for the first time, I believe. And I just wanted to ask one more question here. So how is the familiarity of Power BI tool among yourself, among all? So there are nearly 10 participants who are there. How is the familiarity? So is it beginner? Is it intermediate? Or are you guys all experts? Because I need to cater to each and everyone's requirement. That's why I'm here.
Beginner.
Beginner, okay.
Yeah.
A beginner.
Okay, good.
beginner.
Beginner.
Yes, sir.
So everyone is a beginner, I believe.
Yeah,
Yes, sir.
Okay, that makes my job quite simple because we'll go as slow as possible in understanding. Because if you have said it as intermediate, I would have skipped all these things. And installing Power BI is required in starting tomorrow's class. All right, and I want you to have Excel, which is an Office installer which comes to you, and I'll be sharing you all these PPTs by tomorrow because if I share today, it would not be of that important. So what I'll do is I'll share it tomorrow, and I'll see to it that you will be making best use of it. But the links are already shared in the chat box. You can just save those links, or you can just bookmark them in your browser and keep it for further use. All right. So anything that you have, any expectations out of this training? Any expectations that you have? I keep on telling that. Expectations. What are your expectations out of it? So most of them told that it's a career upgradation or upskilling, or they want to switch the job profile or the job role that they are already in. And apart from that, what are the other expectations that anyone is having? They can share it with me right now.
I want to be job ready with this course.
Okay.
And I actually mentioned I need placement support after
Okay.
this
So
course.
that CoachX will definitely provide you with our training operations team who are there. They'll just help you out with all those things once you are done with the course. All right. Got it?
Yeah.
Averagely, like how many days will it take? I mean, as they said, it will be 2 months, but still, I just want to know. Not just
Yeah.
sure, yeah, 2 months
So
will.
it's a 25 hours to 30 hours. But
Okay,
if you are quite good, we can just see that 20 to 25 hours we can complete it. And
okay,
what I believe here is it's a Saturday and Sunday.
yes, correct.
It's from 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. All right. Now,
Okay.
I'll just not take completely till 10 p.m. because 2 hours straight will not like yield good results. Now, what I'll do here is I'll just have say 1 hour 40 minutes, and the next 20 minutes I'll give it as a self study where you will be able to interact with me, or if you can have any doubts that they can be addressed in this 20 minutes, or I'll repeat the concepts again so that this 20 minutes will not be wasted. Okay.
And also, can we do like, I mean, out of 2 hours, sometime we give to perform work in here itself and to show you, like,
Sure, sure,
like
sure.
whatever you
That,
will say,
yeah. I
we'll
was coming to that.
perform
I was coming to that.
Yes.
See, once we start with our sessions, so this 8 p.m. To 9 now 9:15 or 9:20 p.m.
Yes.
will have my lecture.
Okay.
Okay, my lecture. Now I will take a break for 5 minutes or 10 minutes, and I'll share my assignments to you, and I'll give you hints what is my requirement, and till 10 you can just complete it, and you can just share your screen and let me know
Okay.
how is your approach to the given problem. Is that fine with you?
Yes, that will
All
be
right,
better. Yes.
that is better,
So
right?
we'll get the doubt as well, and while
Yes,
practicing also will
definitely,
be working.
definitely. So this is just after few sessions, few weeks.
Yeah,
We,
sure, definitely.
yeah, few weeks we'll have it. Okay,
Okay.
clear?
Yes.
Fine. So you can just stop me, or you can have this Telegram channel which is active throughout the course duration, and even after course duration for a month it will be active, and you can just address all your doubts there itself. Okay. Anything else that you have in your mind so that we can start off with a good understanding as we proceed? Anything? Anything that's there from your side?
I mean, nothing from me as of now. Maybe future.
Okay. So I'm just mentioning the components here. So you need to install the Power BI free version, which is there here, Power BI desktop free version. And second one, we will be using the Power BI Pro, which is nothing but a free account that's there, and you need to sign up for it. And the third one, we will be having a SQL Server developer edition, which I'll install it. I have uninstalled in my machine right now, and I'll be installing it right away in all those new versions which has popped up recently. I'll show you how you can install. And next one, we have the SQL Server. I mean, not the SQL Server. It is the on-prem data gateway, which we call it as on-premises data gateway. Okay, so these are the components that we need, or we can have tools or softwares that I can generalize here, which we'll be using here. The first option, you have to install the Power BI desktop. Okay, so you have to install the Power BI desktop. All right, got it. So please install the Power BI desktop. I have already shared the link using Microsoft Store. Okay, use Microsoft Store. All right, and after each and every week, just go for a restart of the system, and all updates will be installed automatically in your system. Okay, got it? Any doubts here? Anyone? All right. So few questions what I wanted to ask. When was Power BI desktop launched? When was?
2015.
2015. Correct. 15. Okay. So the recent release is November 3rd. So I'll just mention it here, November 3rd, 2022. All right. So the system requirements and everything, you can just see it there. And next one. So how many data connectors are possible in Power BI desktop? Data
500
connectors.
500 plus.
So it is 500 plus data connectors that we have here. All right. But in general, see, in general, from the industry perspective, so we'll be using some 100 to 150 data connectors. See, if someone asks you in the industry, so I want you to answer as 100 to 150 data connectors, which are there from the industry perspective when we talk about this data connectors. All right. So these are a few options that you can keep in your mind. And there is one more thing. Can you just let me know the end to end flow of Power BI? Please mute yourself. See, please mute yourself. The end to end flow of Power BI. Can anyone tell me what is the end to end flow of Power BI? I'll just mention it as circles. Yes. So we have 5 steps.
We had to bring the data.
Yes, very good. Bring the data or connect data. That's correct.
We have to clean and transform the data.
Very good. Clean and transform. That's correct.
Data modeling.
We have to use the DAX expressions.
Very good. So I'll just help you out. We got data modeling, which includes DAX as well. So data modeling is a concept. I totally agree with you. But just before we write any data analysis expression, we need to model it, or we need to have creating a relationship. All right. So I'll tell you about it later. So data modeling plus DAX. Next.
Report with visual.
Yes. So we got reports plus visualization. That's correct. Reports and visualization. And the last.
Publish the report. Publish report.
Yes, absolutely correct. That's good sign. Publish to, we call it as Power BI. What is the other one? Power BI Pro version, that we call it as Power BI service. So we call Power BI service as, what is the symbol?
Cloud.
Cloud-based Power BI service. Okay, that's what. So we need to access it, right? So we need to have many users. See, there are 10 participants right now. If I publish a report, so all the 10 users must use it, or I have an access if I provide an access. So that's possible only in case of this cloud-based Power BI. Okay, so this is the end-to-end activity or end-to-end flow of Power BI service. Is that clear to you, everyone?
Yeah.
Okay. So anything that you have in your mind? Anything or any? Yes. Another question: how to create random numbers in Excel, which is greater than
Equal
1.
to
Random between.
ran between
Yes, exactly.
bottom
To top.
and top.
Yes. So we have got
Bottom and top.
bottom.
To top.
And top.
All right. Now, yeah. So one more. What is the best practice? So I missed out. What is the best practice
Tables.
to load data? To load data. So it should always be in the form of tables. So if given a preference of tables and sheets, which one will you be going for?
Tables.
Table. All right. So all the data should be in the form of tables while you are transforming. All right. Is that clear to you, everyone?
Yes.
Okay, then. Okay. So what I'll do, I'll clear my drawings and stop sharing. So that's a very good first class that we had today. And I think my friend is there. Yes, anyone from CoachX team who is supporting me today?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you. I think I have done with today's session. Tomorrow we'll be logging in at the same time. And I've also told them to install a Power BI desktop. All right. So they'll be doing it. So I think if they have any questions, I'll be there for another 5 minutes.
Hello.
Yeah, tell me, Swaroop.
Sorry, but it's not related to Power BI. Just I have one small doubt in Excel. Is it fine in that?
Yeah, sure. Please let me know if it is.
I just want to know if there is any such formula or not. Just now you saw one table, right, where you have mentioned product one and product two multiple times
Okay.
in sheet one. Okay, with the different data as a number of cells.
Okay.
Right. So, is there any formula which we can use automatically when we put the data in sheet one? Let's say sheet two is belongs to product A and sheet three is belong to product B. So automatically the detail will go to them.
Yeah, that's not there. So we have to name the tables. That's not automatically done.
I mean, there is no formula. We'll put here and automatically it will go. No such formula.
Nothing like that as of now, because we have already got the data here. So I was just showing you how we can convert it as a table.
Yes.
Yeah, but when you want to see all this different data, see, for example, I'll show you right now. Say, just share my screen. Give me a minute. Is it visible to you right now? Now, what I did was I just created a table like this. Okay, earlier I didn't have a table. Now I just created a table and it was in the form of a table here. Right? Yes. Now, what is your question is, this is sheet one.
Yes.
This is sheet one. Now, let me just show you one more thing here. In this sheet itself, you can have multiple tables. See, for example, this is customer name, and this is a sales of it, right? So I'll be having this one. So each and every, this is a customer name, right? So I'll just have this one, so which is like this, and yeah, and I'll be having a name, right? Got it? Are you getting my point here?
Yes.
Yeah, so this is a simple data what I have got here, and this is a relevant sales that is there at the moment. Now what I'll do here is I'll convert this rows and columns which are there. I'll just I'll just convert it into tables. So where do I need to go to convert it as a table? I just have to click on the range, Control T. Okay, so the range will be mentioned and also the table which is having headers will be mentioned, and I'll just change it here. Got it? Now, if I just have the conversion being done as a table, so this is table name which is there here. It will not automatically take it as customers. It will take as table 2. Okay, so I just have to name it as customers here. See, I just named it as customers and I click on save, close it, and I come to Power BI. Is it visible right now? Power BI for you? Is it visible?
Yes.
Now it's not visible. Just a moment. Yeah, now it's visible, right? See what I'll do right now. I'll just delete this. Okay, I'll delete this. And I'll just go for import data from Excel. This is the product's Excel file that I've got here.
Okay.
See, if I just connect it to the Excel file. So how many tables are there here?
There are 2.
There are 2 tables. Now, how many sheets are there?
1 sheet.
Yes. So in that one sheet, you will be having all these null values which are generated, right? So if you see the Excel file, column 3, I didn't post it. Only column customer name and sales one, I have done it here. Now,
Correct.
if I just go to this customers table, I can import it only the customers and the sales products, and I can perform the reporting. Is that clear to you?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
It will not be automatically named as customers. Not at all.
Okay. Okay.
I think I have answered your query.
Yeah.
Right?
Sure.
Okay. Is that clear to everyone? Okay. Yes. Anyone from CoachX? Can I stop the recording?
Sure, sir.
Sure. Okay.
Yeah.
I'll stop the recording now. If they have any doubts, we got 1 more minute left.
Hi, sir. Just one.
Yes, Sagar. Sagar, tell me.
Actually, the session is recorded, na sir?
Yes, it's recorded. I think our CoachX team will get back to you regarding the recordings.
Actually, for quite some minutes, I missed the session due to some technical issue in my laptop. So,
Yes, Agar, no worries. You will get the recordings of all the sessions.
okay, ma'am. Actually, that was a installation of Power BI. So that's quite important. So that's why I'm asking.
Okay, okay. By tomorrow morning, you will get the recordings.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
Yeah, okay. Thank you.
Okay, then. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, CoachX team. I'll just stop the recording right now.
Okay, sir. Okay. Yeah.
Okay.